Okay, so I'm going to put my mixer back together. But if you follow the same way I put it back on, you can take it off the exact same way. So, make sure everything underneath this lid is greased. Everything underneath here is greased. Gently take everything off. Make sure that's greased. Make sure that gear doesn't fall out, because it belongs to that piece right there. This is a KitchenAid kitchen. Woo! Like I said, make sure it doesn't fall out. Gently put everything back on. This is a Professional 5 KitchenAid stand mixer. You can make sure you clean up all the edges while you have the lid off. Make sure everything's cleared. But make sure that you put all the bolts back on properly and you have every single one of them. Also keep a magnet nearby, so just in case you decide to drop magnets, you can keep a hold of them. Excuse me, drop screws. Make sure you screw down every single one of these screws. You can use Milwaukee drill if need be. Don't overly tighten them, but just make sure you screw everything down properly. Gently screw them down. Do not be forceful or mean. There's torque specs. I don't know the torque specs. I'm pretty sure y'all can look it up, but just be gentle. And just so you don't over tighten them, grab you a normal screwdriver and hand tighten them. Okay, so what you're gonna do is make sure that clean all this up so there's no residue even from mixing. I like to do a lot of butter. Make butter from heavy cream, so that way I don't have to worry about any additives or anything. Always make sure that the KitchenAid is unplugged, so that way you can move parts around without having to worry about anything coming on. This is for all the forgetful minds. So, but make sure that you put the lid back on. Put the lid back on.
Y'all have fun laying all your digs.
Put the screws in every single one of the holes. Put the screws in every single one of the holes. Make sure everything's tightened down properly. If this comes off, it's not that big of a deal. It just sits on there. Mine just sits on there randomly, but it is what it is. If you want to make your life easier, you can always get a Craftsman kit. I like Craftsman and Milwaukee. These are phenomenal for easy jobs at home. I wouldn't do them to work on a car, but they're nice for simple jobs. So, literally put everything back together. If you're meticulous about where you put your screws, you can put them in a different order, certain order, so that way you can screw them back on. But if you look at the screws, they're a Phillips, but they're kind of blocked off. So you have to be gentle with them so you don't strip them out, or else you're going to be using an Allen wrench to get them in and out. This is also for all the DIY ladies, guys, whoever. KitchenAid mixers. Also make sure that the head's cleaned off. You don't have anything that's going to affect the placement of the band. also for the people who have no idea how to clean their KitchenAid mixers. There's the screw for the back of the band. You take this off and it takes off everything. So the band just literally wraps around the mixer itself. I'm trying to do this with one hand. Literally just sits gently around the top of the mixer. Like I said, magnets are everything. Yes, I do have a sick child. Before you tighten it down all the way, make sure that everything's nice and completely tight. My camera skills suck. But that's how you clean it. That's how you put it back together. I'm pretty sure you could follow the steps of me putting it back together as far as taking it apart. Professional 5 plus.